welcome to Recollections May Vary, a royal recap, and I am here with Kevin O'Sullivan, the star of the Political Asylum with Kevin O'Sullivan. And occasionally I get to join you on that program.
You certainly do, twice a week, without fail.
We've had a wild week based on these Harry and Meghan leaks, the Royal Reconciliation Summit leaks, and I feel like we have to kick off with it at the beginning. I want to ask you, in this week's Palace Confidential, the Daily Mail's Charlotte Griffiths, she's the one that broke this story, and she's talking about Prince Harry going to Angola for the landmines. She says the story in the Mail on Sunday was released just before his trip as a lead up to it. And the way that she phrased this explanation online by royal watchers is being interpreted as the Sussexes leaked the story and they wanted it out there. I'd love to know if you agree with that based on those lines, that it was kind of a lead off to help promote this visit or something.
I think there's nothing else you can do but agree with what Charlotte says 100%. I mean, we know the king's circle, his courtiers are famously discreet. You don't get leaks from King Charles's court, from his palaces, from his staff. Do you get leaks from Montecito, from Harry and Meghan's camp? Yeah, you do, don't you? Get a hell of a lot. So, you know, who's it going to be? It's going to be from their side of the fence. Now, the fact of the matter was, you know, kudos to Charlotte Griffiths. She got a great scoop, but the details and the comprehensive nature of that story were just ridiculous. You know, I mean, right down to the point where Meredith Maines, their head of communications in Montecito, was pictured getting out of the taxi outside the private members club.
Somebody needs to know what that woman looks like. Yeah, somebody needs to know exactly who they're looking for, because that is not a mainstream public figure.
Yeah, let me just sort of put the case. Now, this is just my speculation.
Yeah.
Now, after Meredith was photographed getting out of the taxi and going into this Royal Overseas League Club, which is a stone's throw from Charles's London home, Clarence House, right in the centre of London. After she was photographed getting out of the taxi, extraordinary, so somebody's waiting to take that picture. This guy Liam Maguire, who is the Sussex's London PR publicist, and Tobin Andre, who's the King's right-hand man, all kind of conveniently gather on the balcony outside having a drink. Now, you can see that balcony from Green Park. Green Park is the big park in the centre of London, which actually sort of spills towards Piccadilly from Buckingham Palace. Very, very exclusive area. But this is one of the rare places where from the park you can see this balcony. So a photographer standing there gets these amazing pictures of the Sussex's PRs and the King's man. Now, so either they leaked it or the King's man did. And I'm telling you right now, it wasn't the King's man. So make of that what you will. The detail in that story was ludicrous. And if Harry and Meghan are the source of this story, and they thought that was a good lead up to Harry's trip to Africa and future reconciliation between Harry and Meghan and Harry's family, they've got another thing coming. That ruined any chance of rapprochement. I don't know what goes on in their heads. If Harry thought it was a good idea, typically dim, dumb, stupid and wrong. Now, if it was Meghan's idea, I can only conclude that she wants to ruin and sabotage the chance of peace between Harry and his family, because we are hearing that Harry has sadly accepted that if there is going to be rapprochement with his... Well, no, he's sadly accepted that if there is going to be rapprochement with his dad and William, very outside chance, by the way, it will not include Meghan. He's going to have to leave Meghan back in America. Now, Meghan will hate that.
Yeah.
And so it could be that she deliberately sabotaged this.
Can I tell you what my thought process was throughout this process? Okay. Why don't I use the word process one more time? But But
That's good. Process. Process.
process. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Process.
Yeah, that's quite good.
Throughout this, I see this headline, I read it, and I immediately go Sussexes. Immediately, it reads like a Sussexes press release.
Yeah.
Then, within a few hours, word spreads that Harry is livid, that these details are out, that the Sussexes did not leak it. And I thought, well, that's a pretty aggressive reaction, or it's pretty aggressive to put this out there so soon. And I also saw it originate, I believe, from the Daily Mail, although it could have been the Telegraph, which Harry and Meghan work with both of them. I believe they've worked with both at some point or
Certainly
another.
the Telegraph
Yeah.
has good lines of communication.
Yes. So I start to go, okay, well, in my mind, I'm trying to justify what would be in it for King Charles. And I think I even said to you, and you dismissed it pretty quickly, but I think I say to you, okay, well, what if in the grand scheme of things, the royal family decides to leak the meeting to get the negative reaction that they did receive, so that they can say to Harry and Meghan, look, we gave it our best shot, but you saw the negative reaction, and we can't pursue these negotiations or whatever any further. So I have said that out loud, but I think the conclusion I've come to is that either Harry doesn't know his wife leaked it, or Prince Harry's being dishonest with us. I believe this is leaked by the Sussexes.
Yeah, the royals don't work like that. They just wouldn't do that. Look, for most of the royal family, Harry and Meghan, and certainly for most of the royal staff, Harry and Meghan just don't really matter that much. They're an irritation 5,000 miles away on the west coast of America. So they're not going to go to that extent to try and sort of create this false narrative of peace talks then going. They're just not going to do that. So it's come from the Sussexes. I'm in no doubt of that. It could be that neither Meghan nor Harry knew about it. Somehow or other, their PR team thought this was a good idea. If so, as I said to you last night, I'm not hiring them as my PRs. That's a terrible thing to do. It could be that Harry, when we learned pretty quickly afterwards that Harry was livid, maybe he was. Maybe he had no idea. Do you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Maybe this was all a Meghan plot, and that Meghan set it all up, through Meredith Maines. Either way, there is no way in my mind that this story came from anywhere but the Sussex side of the fence.
Agree with us, disagree with us? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. Kevin O'Sullivan, I enjoyed your company immensely.